welcome to New Hope Ice Arena for the start of the 20th annual Armstrong Cooper Holiday Classic Girls Hockey Tournament. Our first game of the tournament tonight, the Champlin Park Rebels taking on the Armstrong Cooper Wings. Thanks for joining us once again for this tournament. I'm Jay Wilcox, along with Dan Ficken. John Jacobson will join us ringside as well. And Dan, both these teams have some similarities coming in. One game different in terms of wins this year. They've been involved in a lot of close ones. They've had the same losses, some of them too. But I think a game that both of them come into tonight feeling like they have a decent shot at winning.
They really do, and they both emphasize that this is a very important game for them. Not only is it a tournament game, but it's a conference game, which counts big time, especially in your seeding for the section. So it's important for them. One of them's got to get over the hump here. This is the start of the second half of the season. You want to get it started by getting a win under your belt. It really helps your team mentally.
Champlin Park, younger in net than they've been. Of course, they've really been able to rely on Hannah Gettle the last few years. So they've done some things a little bit different in terms of let's help out our young goalies, working on shot blocking and practice and things. And they're pleased with the way they've come along. They feel they're a much better team now than when the season started.
Well, and that's every coach's hope. And they got some experience on this team. They got a lot of juniors and seniors, so they adapt well to how coach is coaching them and what he wants to do. They understand that. They were giving up 30 shots a game, boy, and I'll tell you what, you got to start blocking some shots. That's a heavy load for any goaltender. I don't care how good you are. And Coach Colt has told us they've been working on that heavily, so I would expect that number to go down quite a bit tonight.
For Armstrong Cooper, a lot of youth in this team right now. Some 8th and 9th graders dotting, pretty much all areas of the lineup. They are a little more experienced in net with Paige Kopka, but they definitely are seeing the ups and downs a little bit of having such a youthful roster.
13 8th through sophomores on this team. I look at that and I went, holy buckets, they're halfway out of the nursery at this point, but it's good for building a program. Now, you may not get the results you want right now, but you can see them building. With age group that big, the progress is noticeable. So mentally, might be a little more fragile. So this might be as important a game as ever in these girls' careers, so we'll see how they adapt to it.
Let's talk about key players for tonight's contest, starting with the visitors from Champlin Park. Kaylee Wood will be centering their second line this evening.
Well, very nice statistics for a center. 6 and 7, 6 goals, 7 assists, moves the puck around quite a bit, generates stuff for her line and other people, plays a nice, even, well-rounded game. Not only in the offensive zone, Jay, but the defensive zone as well, and that's really important, especially for your center.
And for Armstrong Cooper, if they have a sniper, it's definitely Jessica Halverson. 9 goals for her this year. She's got great hands.
Can put the puck in the net. She's got 5 power play goals, and it's only halfway through the season. Yeah, I'd say that's the person you want to get the puck to as much as you can. And with, having some trouble scoring with a young team like this, she can be the leader and show these kids how to do it too. So she's got some speed. I like the way she works. She's aggressive. And that's something sometimes you can't teach girls, especially with a young team that might be a little timid in their first high school group. So we're going to have to keep an eye on her and see how she leads this team.
All right, the Rebels and Wings will face off in just a moment. It's a 4-team tournament this year. Totino Grace and Minneapolis are playing on the South Rink, and the winner of that game will take on the winner of this one for the championship on Wednesday night. Live coverage of the Armstrong Cooper Holiday Classic Girls Hockey Tournament continues in a moment on 12 Sports.
Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look.
And
igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
An eating disorder feels like having another person inside your head. It kind of built this wall around me.
The main thing that we needed was hope.
Your age, your gender, your ethnicity. Eating disorders don't discriminate. They can strike anyone. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Lindsay, for example. Her first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. Right away, she received professional training and now has the tools and skills necessary to produce her own show. She's turning dreams into realities right from her own home. And best of all, she's sharing her passion with members of her community and beyond. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Welcome back here to New Hope Ice Arena as the Rebels and the Wings getting set to face off to get the tournament started here. Again, got game on the South Rink as well, getting started just after this one, the Totino Grace Minneapolis game. And we got some special guests here this evening, and these are folks who were part of that very first tournament back 20 years ago. And including Tony Nelson on the left, John Olfke on the right, on the second from left, I should say. They were the co-head coaches for Armstrong Cooper back in those days, and well-known coaches around various other things too. John Olfke is the activities director at Cooper and has been for a long time, was their football coach and their baseball coach, and Tony Nelson was the baseball coach at Armstrong for a long time, and he's been a football assistant for quite some time as well. And we've got three former players joining those two as well. Going to have a first puck drop. Anna Probilski-Cook, Jessica Flyger, and Angela McGregor are over to participate in the ceremony as well here. The years do flow together a little bit, Dan, but I do remember having that first tournament, and girls hockey was very new back then.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was a big deal to have, a tournament in the area and with a lot of the local teams.
Well, that's grew in flavor and so. I mean, the girls hockey. I mean, a lot of the girls sports, as we noticed here over the years, have taken a long time to really catch on. And of course, now we see where it is today. But these guys that stood up front, these gals and guys that got it all going, that were kind of the pioneers. It was a little tough walking into an arena where basically the parents were there, and they've built this up. And now, look, they have a legacy of these tournaments that keep going on, and a lot of players who've moved down, but also their kids coming through again now and playing here, which I think is fabulous. They can say, I played in the same tournament my mom played in. How cool is that?
Rebels have been a part of this tournament for most of the time too, and their head coach Jim Coltis played his high school hockey in this rink as an Armstrong Falcon, so definitely a tournament that they have been a big part of over the years as well as the quote-unquote visitors, but not coming too far away down 169.
Well, Jim's loyalty is pretty cool too. He's been in this tournament for pretty much, and once he got a coaching job here, he's been in every year with his Maple Grove teams and the Champlin Park teams, and he's won it a number of times, but you love loyalty like that. And once you get stuck in the arena, I guess you want to keep coming back, so it's been fun.
It's my honor to introduce some special guests to help us commemorate our 20th annual Girls Hockey Tournament.
Did he say 20 years?
20 years,
oh
yes.
My gosh, you've been around for a long time, Jay. Wow. And I believe Channel 12's been part of it the whole time, haven't they?
That is correct. It was called the Cable 12 Cup right at the beginning.
Yes, it was. I believe I have some tape of my daughter playing in this tournament for a few years there. The coach is smart. He's got the goalie taken on. Rather stable with those big flat skates he's got on. What a nice thing to have them come back and do this here, commemorating the first 20 years, first coaches.
And the alumni players, we said, now joining them as well. Been kind of an interesting trip, too, for Armstrong Cooper. It was a co-op at the beginning. They were separate for a while, and now back as one for the last several years here. What, 5 years now back being Armstrong Cooper. And, of course, they added the Wings name a couple of years back. And hopefully the players, the current players, kind of appreciate, too, that, you know, that what they're seeing here, that some players who were here at the start and helped to get things started, and now seeing, you know, 20 years later what it's like. A lot of the players probably kind of don't even really realize that there didn't used to be girls high school hockey in Minnesota.
I remember in the first years up in Brooklyn Park when we got the girls program going there, it was, you know, a lot of these girls, we didn't get the best ice times for practice. I remember getting up, being on the ice at 6 in the morning a lot of times, and they had to take outdoor ice. And, you know, you kind of got a little, I won't say slighted, but the boys' teams definitely had, you know, the pull and the push to get the good ice time. So these early players, Jay, made some sacrifices and stuff, and a lot of them really, you know, girls playing hockey, I don't think so. But they stuck with their guns, and they've made it something pretty special here. We have probably some of the best girls hockey at this level in the United States. I know we have more girls playing now than any other state in the United States. So, you know, a tribute to these early players that got it going and making it what it is. And I seem to recall that a certain university here has won a ton of national championships, and a lot of it on local talent that was developed here. So all these older ladies that are here built that and made that run. And that's why these tournaments are so important. And it's nice to remember that and give a little history to the girls to know that, you know, it did start at one time. It wasn't always here.
So the Rebels and the Wings, current players now, get the nerves out of the way as they get set for this one. As you get a look at Kevin Gray, and he has done a nice job with this Armstrong Cooper program, because he came in when they brought the two back together and was hired that year, and it certainly worked out. He had coached a lot of these players when he was younger, and when they were younger and things too, and had been around, and he's done a nice job. And, you know, numbers have ebbed and flowed a little bit, and certainly we talked about how young their team is this year, and you know, that's not necessarily by design. Certainly it's, you know, just a factor of how many numbers in each grade that you end up with, but they're looking to the future and, you know, trying to keep things strong. And that's one thing that, you know, at the beginning of the first tournament, of course, it was just such an exciting thing to have the team and to have, and, you know, and there have been some ebbs and flows in that way too, and that, you know, numbers are an issue at some of the high schools around, not just in girls hockey, but in boys hockey too.
Excellent, great point.
So look at Jim Colt, as we said, coach of the Champlin Park girls for the last 6 years, Prior to that, he was at Rogers. Prior to that, he was at Maple Grove, and continued to coach softball at Maple Grove throughout that whole time, and had a very successful run in softball with the Crimson.
Jim's kind of the dean. He's been around a long time, knows this area very well, and he just, as we were talking to him before the game, just loves coaching. He says, I won't quit because I'm just having too much fun at it.
And you know, there are some people that are kind of glass half empty. He is exactly the opposite. He's glass half full. You know, they had a losing streak, but he said, you know, I like the way we're playing. We're coming on. We're having close games. And you know, I think over a long season, you need to have a little bit of that. You can't get down after every loss. You need to look at some of the positives that have happened for your team, too.
Well, it's important, dude. These are high school kids, Jay. They ain't getting paid to play. And they can get down in their daubers a little bit. And having a coach like Jim and, you know, and Kevin Grace, same way. I mean, they both had smiles on their faces we were talking, and they were enthusiastic about what they were doing. And, you know, it's an avocation. It's not a mission. You know, you get to the pro level or the college level, then, you know, it's, hey, I got to win, and I'm spending a lot of money on you, blah, blah, blah. It isn't like this here. It's like, you know, they're all out here for the love of the game, and it's fun watching it. And that's why I love doing this with you. It keeps me here and, you know, being part of that and the everyonecy that you see with these coaches. So it's been fun.
We will take a quick break and then drop the puck here for a semifinal game between Armstrong Cooper and Champlin Park up next here.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Volunteering is more than just a word. It's a window to opportunities. Take Mark, for example. By taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television, Mark is helping bring entertainment and information to his community, along with building a foundation of skills that will take him one step closer to his dreams. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
And welcome back as we get set for this opener between Champlin Park and Armstrong Cooper. And as Dan noted in the pregame, this is a conference game as well, as they elected to shift the schedule kind of so that instead of playing, you know, twice within a couple weeks, to have this one be counted as the conference game for both the Rebels and the Wings. A little bit of a contrast in goaltending in terms of experience level certainly is Champlin Park will be starting a freshman this evening, Brooke Freeman. They have actually used 3 goaltenders in their season up to this point, and trying to again fill the big skates, if you will, of Hannah Gettle from their past several years' teams.
And Jim was talking about they're getting confidence in this freshman. They like the way she's playing, and hopefully she'll step up here. Not a bad percentage. She's a .890, but is climbing here. And for Armstrong Cooper,
got Paige Kopka, the senior, who has played every game.
And she's been pretty strong too. She's just under .990 for a percentage save, but got a pretty good 3.52 GA, but there was a couple games where they got a little out of hand score-wise. It could be better if it is, but you know, she will be a definite force for the Wings, and we'll see how the young freshman steps up in this first tournament for her.
See what Brooke has done so far this year. And we are underway here as Champlin Park in blue controlling the opening face-off. Played around behind the net, and Belle Reeve gets it for Armstrong Cooper. They will wave off icing as it slipped past a Rebel at the near the blue line there. Kaylee Martinson trying to reverse that one around. Got it to Jordan Trapp. In on the forecheck here, Kenzie Malone. It comes out front. Haley Hansen couldn't get her stick on that one cleanly. And kicked back out to center. And thrown in on the net. Paige Kopka stopping it there for the Wings. Armstrong Cooper looking to quickly counter. Halverson trying to dump it in. It hit a skate, and now the Rebels bring it out as Armstrong Cooper looking to change. Sarah Robidoux circling away, and she will dump it on into the Champlin Park zone. Wood coming back to gather it here for Champlin Park. And they'll whip it around looking for Micah Sutherland. Here's Wood. Took a bump there.
Wow.
And right back come the Wings, but all alone is Sarah Santowski. Opportunity here for Armstrong Cooper. First shot blocked, and then the second sails high as Leah O'Brien trying to draw first blood there. Wood intercepts that pass here for the Rebels.
Good opportunity here. I was surprised how physical the Wings are getting with Champlin Park. I'll tell you what, they are backing off. Not one iota, kind of setting a standard like, you may be the older, more experienced, but we ain't taking anything off you.
Trapp back to gather it here for the Rebels, sending it across there to Erica Burrell, and they'll send it on in and go forecheck. Taken away there by the Rebels. They try and operate out of the corner. Walking into the circle, but that shot blocked, and then the follow-up try, and Kopka will cover it up as Trapp tried to get to the net, had her shot blocked, and they created a lot of havoc in front.
Good opportunity there, but the stick got in the way, but here comes out in front and just kind of dribbles in, which could be a little scary for a goalie if she isn't tracking it. But Kopka had good position, stayed outside the crease there and blocked it off.
Kopka makes the save on Annie Lorenzen right there. So Rebels generating a little bit of offense here on this last shift or two. Now a chance for 2-on-1 out front, but the puck was into the skates there of Lorenzen. Hansen up with it here for the Wings. And a big time collision there. Going down hard was Emily Stoll. Rebels controlling again and looking for the tip out front with Stoll, but couldn't quite get to it. Martinson will go back to the point. And the pass across is going to be picked off, and here come the Wings with Quinn. And Mosley fanned on that one, and Freeman will make the stop. Quinn going hard to the net, sliding in there with Jordan Trapp. Well, Armstrong Cooper, we did say definitely younger, but probably more size overall, and that's showing up a little bit.
Well, and that good-sized young lady, number 18 for Armstrong Cooper, is a freshman. And they're going to have to step up and make plays here now. And as the season goes on, they'll get better at it. So we'll see where they're at right now. But so far, they're stepping up and showing that they're here.
Both teams recently broke 5-game losing streaks. Wood trying to bring it on out here for Champlin Park.
Yeah, Armstrong Cooper at one point was 4-1 to start out the season.
Big time collision there, but they kind of rule it was just incidental. Two players playing the puck and banged into each other. And that pass at center ice blocked. Now they get it in, but they'll have to hurry to finish this change. Sutherland had it skip off her stick, though. Now the rush back the other way for the Wings. Nice job by Trapp to step in and break that up. Send in deep here. The Wings looking to forecheck. Now Trapp will reverse it nicely back around. It got past Megan Schuck, though. Dangerous pass there, but it'll work its way out. Here comes Trapp hard up the left side. Trapp coming into the circle, now sliding it out high. Here's a long one, and a nice blocker save there by Kopka on the Erica Burrell shot.
Good play by Kopka there, deflecting it into the corner, not letting a rebound happen. There's where you got a senior, or you have a experienced goalie knowing what she's doing. Stop that rebound from coming back at him.
That pass too far. It'll be icing here, and we'll stop play with 11:53 to go. And Paige Kopka not going to be around next week because she'll be heading with the Armstrong band to play at a bowl game. So pretty exciting opportunity for her too, and you know, get a chance to play in this tournament, celebrate the holidays, and then make her way to warmer climate for a while.
I think it'd be a great experience for him. I think a hockey team can wait for a couple days while she does that.
Battle for it behind the Wings net, and now they come out of there with it. Bank pass trying to get it there to Malone. Halverson jabbing at it. Malone able to get it into the Rebel zone, and then Malone falls. She was tied up with Martinson's stick. And there's definitely been some contact here in this first period. And letting them play. Halverson controlling now for Armstrong Cooper. She goes down in the corner. Got the pass back.
They're sitting close to the Champlin bench, and it's kind of like, wow, they don't like this a little bit. Uh-oh, here we go, 2-on-1.
Martinson leading the rush here, but pretty well defended. Kopka makes the save, and then a decent back check there to hold off on that rebound try.
Freshman Sarah Robideau came back nicely and tied up that and blew up that rebound opportunity there. Nice play.
Pretty good job on the other D2 to force Martinson to take a shot from a little bit, wider than she wanted to be. She couldn't go straight to the net. Quinn carrying the puck, but not for long. Trapp up with the steal. Trapp, a nice move to the middle, tees it up, and shoots it wide. Wood putting it out front. That one comes all the way through them. They'll have to regroup at center.
Good idea. See why Kylie Wood's got a lot of assists there. Nice play. Just the Champlin Park player wasn't quite there, but she knew where she wanted to go out with the puck, put it up front.
Icing call here, and we'll come back into the wing zone as you get a look at that play we were talking about.
Now watch coming down the middle here, that Champlin Park player just tied up very nicely. Good play on both ends for both D.
Colford shot blocked. She'll throw it back down toward the corner there. Sutherland trying to get to it. That puck knocked out of the air. It's still loose and still good. Backhand try by Sutherland. And Kopka able to close the door. Those kind can get a little bit scary when you're goalie. That puck bounces up in the air. You're not quite sure where it's going to end up. And Sutherland did a good job of getting rid of that puck in a hurry, but Kopka had no trouble reading it.
Oh, she might have been able to slip it in there. She got a little height on it, Jay. Kopka was not on the pipe with her shoulder. She was there with her pad, but there's an opening there.
Martinson throwing it down low there. The Stoll putting it out front, broken up, but they can't clear. Again, the Wings trying to get that puck out, and finally do.
Now Champlin Park, now their wings are sitting a little high. Now that they're seeing the puck come from behind the net out front, they need to start creeping down a little closer and be ready for that. With their sticks on the ice, they could produce some nice scoring opportunities for them as the game goes on here.
Schuck back to play it here for Champlin Park. Into the skate of Lorenzen, who gets control. Now the Wings recover. It hits Hansen on the way out. Martinson trying to get to that puck for Champlin Park. They've started to take over play a little bit here. Not completely dominating or anything, but you're seeing more and more offensive zone time for the Rebels here. Now an opportunity the other way, though, and good save on the rebound as Halverson was denied by Freeman. The first shot wasn't especially hard, but the second one was. Here's another try and a pad saved by Freeman there. Just as I'm talking about, there's going to be our first penalty. Little shove from behind by Trapp is going to be called. And now play will be whistled down and we will get our penalty call. It's a cross check. And so Armstrong Cooper going to go on the power play.
Well, you'll see it right here. She'll turn her back and then the cross check comes up. And down she goes. And see where they hit the boards. That might have been a little bit more of a major situation, but nice save by the Champlin Park goaltender. You know, that can be a confidence builder for you for Freeman. That puck came across that second shot. She got that leg pad down fast and made a nice save deflecting it into the corner.
Kevin Gray, I think, not necessarily protesting, but asking about just what you were talking about. Any chance that should have been a major? So Armstrong Cooper has been pretty solid on their both specialty units, and now they'll try and convert here. Hansen gets it to Halverson.
Well, the Wings have been at about a 23% pace. So 25% is good where you want your power play to be. So this might be the one area where they really have an advantage over Champlin Park.
Pass across, and the shot slipped wide there by Reeve. Halverson gets to it. Battles through a check. Halverson into the circle, hits a pipe, and a long look at it, and it looks like no goal. And then a little extracurricular down there at the end, too.
Well, you're talking to Coach Gray, you know, and we were talking about Halverson, number 39. She's got 5 power play goals. And he said, watch left, short side, and watch where this shot goes, folks. Well, nicest run across there. Good pass by her. Now watch, she'll come around. Now watch where she takes this shot. Good move coming around. Now, right up on that left side.
Minute 25 to go in the power play. Try to get a return pass through there to Halverson. Shielding off Stoll here. Stoll trying to clear, almost did. Now here comes Wood shorthanded. 1-on-3, Wood will throw a long one at net. Kopka deflects it aside. Wood working hard though, comes away with that puck. 1 minute to go in the power play here for the Wings. They've had one off the pipe. Here's Halverson into the offensive zone. Halverson circling around, now shooting, and that hits traffic.
Boy, nice hands there, Jay. A couple nice moves coming around the right side, bring it over to the left, and set herself up for that short side shot.
They pull it out of traffic, and Wood then chips it on out.
Might have been better served rather than go for the net to spread that thing out and get it going again for puck control in the zone.
Reeves pass across, and an opportunity here. That shot will go just wide for Malone. Still dangerous, and Rebels desperately hoping to clear, but Hansen keeps it alive.
There we go.
Trying to finish up changing their second power play unit here as we're final seconds of the power play. Hansen throws it to the corner. Now Reeve. Penalty is over, so they killed it off, although some pretty good pressure. Here's a shot, the tip, the rebound is in. Buried by Kenzie Malone, and it's 1-0 Wings.
Kenzie Malone, the freshman boy, coming through. The 3rd goal of the year on a rebound shot. I'm sorry, 8th grader, my fault, 8th grader. Got so many young ones here, Jay. I'm just getting confused, but nice play there in the right position. Notice where her stick is, kids, right on the ice when she comes through. Bang. Puts it in and gives the Wings a 1-0 lead. Not a power play goal, but a good 5-on-5 working, and they kept the puck inside the zone, and it pays off for them.
Santowski and Reeve will get the assists on Malone's 3rd goal of the season.
Now watch where Malone is over there. Stays in her position, weak side, backside, comes in very nicely. Good disciplined play by the youngster.
And that deflection on the first shot made it one where Freeman just had to scramble to save it. Couldn't really control the rebound because of it. Nothing much she could do on that one. Just a nice play offensively. trap gaining control here for the Rebels. Walks in, fires. Kopka with a glove save and gets a little pat on the head from her teammate. That's always a good feeling when you have a good goalie and an experienced goalie. I mean, it just gives your overall team confidence.
Oh, just look at how cool she is, Jay. She's just unnerved. She kind of flicks that glove out like, yeah, okay, whatever. Give me another one. And that builds confidence in the players around her, too.
Stoll's pass hitting the back of the net. She gets the puck right back to Martinson in front. She scores. And just like that, Champlin Park comes back to even things up.
Well, there we go. We had the puck behind the net, and they knew where they were going with it. All of a sudden, a forward or two is getting closer down in that crease rather than being up high like they have been. Gets it right on the tape of Martinson. Watch the pass coming out here. In between the legs, she's got it, and all she does is snap it real quick. Up high, upper left corner, and all of a sudden we got a tie game. It's Martinson's 6th goal of the year.
Stoll will certainly get an assist. We'll see if there'll be a second one as well for the Rebels. Lorenzen will get an assist as well on that goal. 11:38 the time, as Dan said, number 6 for Martinson on the year. And Burrell trying to pull it out of there. Hansen with a nice job to take it away. Here's Haley Hansen to the front. 1 against 3 and almost got it done, but just a little slow pulling the trigger there.
Yeah, but guess who got a line change, Jay?
Yeah, exactly.
Fresh players out there.
Now a chance for a 2-on-0 though for Champlin Park. Colford walking in, shoots, and Kopka makes the save. Boy, she saved them right there.
Boy, she sure did. Ooh, I see a 2-on-0 coming down, but big mistake here. Should have stayed a little wider and really worked to get it to her other winger there. Just stayed a little bit more to the left side. Made Kopka, stay with her, get it across the winger. Sometimes, though, it's, 2-on-0s are tough to teach because it's fun to see a goalie in front of you with nobody in between you.
So a lot of action in the last couple minutes here. Each team scored a goal. We're at 1-1 now as we tick down to 4 minutes to play here in this opening period. Rebels looking to break it out. Sutherland coming up the left side. She will float that puck into the corner. Wood goes in hard. There will be a penalty, it looks like, on Armstrong Cooper. It is going to be a tripping call as Wood really hit the end boards hard. I'll have to see this one again. I guess my first thought was that she had just lost an edge herself, but maybe not.
I don't know if that stick touched her skate at all. Either way, I hope the young lady's okay.
Yeah, definitely. You see as Reeve comes over. Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. Good call.
Got it good.
Good call. I was going to say, even if it wasn't, it sure looked like it could have been a trip. So, but it definitely was. And boy, you feel for Kaylee Wood right now as she really hit the boards awkwardly there.
Well, I don't care what you say, that hurts. I mean, you're hitting some boards like that. I've done it a few times too, and those knees get really rattled. So we'll see what they call here. Probably a trip for 2 minutes.
Yeah, it looked like just a 2-minute trip. I don't think it was, by design certainly, but definitely one that could cause some pain. As you get another look at Reeve, she sees Wood coming right here, and there's no doubt got it into that left skate.
Well, if you've ever played hockey, you know that's one of the worst moments. The only thing worse than that, Jay, is going full bore head first. But you still got speed. You can't slow down, really, because those breezers are just, they don't slow you down very well. And you know what's coming. You just got to brace up and take it. And that a girl, young lady. I hope you're okay. No, looks okay. Looks like no big damage. She's skating on it full. forward.
Well, my first thought that it was probably something with the ankle or the foot or something, but it almost looks like she might be more, holding the arm in a different. Well, we'll see. Let's hope that she's going to be all right. Not heading right to the dressing room or anything, and that's probably a good sign too as a trainer over there to have a look. So Champlin Park now on the power play. Trapp coming back to pick it up here for the Rebels.
And boy, this is an area where the Rebels really need to improve on. As we said, they lost 8 games by 1 goal. A power play here or there would have really helped them a lot. They're only running at 16%, and they need to really get that back up to where it should be, around 25%.
Down to the corner. Stoll putting it out front and tipped just wide. Then a second try hits as Lorenzen was still trying to get up. Pass out front. Here's Martinson. She scores. Sniper Martinson buries her second in a row.
Well, I'll tell you what, she needs to go shake Franzen's hands, because Franzen just got beat up in front of that net, but allowed enough distraction out there that there was enough of an opening so that Martinson could just rip it into the net. Kopka was kind of tied up. You can see Lorenzen in there just on her knees, up and down, getting in the way. But if you score a goal, you feel better about things, I'll tell you that. It doesn't hurt as much anymore. Oh, we have a penalty.
Looks like we do have a penalty after the goal scored against Armstrong Cooper's Natalie Seedy, or maybe she's just serving it. Was this a knock somebody down at the after the goal kind of thing, I think?
Coach Gray does not look happy. I'll have to see what this call is.
They're calling Seedy for interference at the same time as the goal there. So Champlin Park scores and immediately gets another power play. Here's Martinson. Oh, that time unable to bury it. It was a similar setup to the one that she just scored on. She was all alone. Now Martinson. Boy, that'd be nice for her, trying to get a natural hat trick here in about a 3-4 minute span. Oh, a redirection by Lorenzen goes just wide. They can't get it out. Trapp firing. Kopka bobbled it briefly, but able to pounce on that one and force a face-off.
Well, just the confidence of here you are, you're struggling with your power play, and you're trying to get some more scoring wherever you can get it, and they pop on it. Now they're getting another opportunity with momentum and confidence here. This is a big power play for the Rebels.
And the Wings have to feel like, wow, this one changed on us in a hurry. They scored that first goal, and now have given up a pair in a row and kind of reeling here on the penalty kill as well. Try to get it out, and it just creeps out, and then nearly a chance for a short end of breakaway by Santowski. Flip back into the Champlin Park zone. Burrell back to pick it up. A little under a minute to go in this second consecutive power play for Champlin Park. Here's Wood, who's back out there. That's good to see. She's the young lady who went into the boards real hard on that first tripping penalty. Colford back across to Burrell. Thrown out front and knocked away. Colford up with it, trying to flip it out front. Now Malone can't quite get it out. Second try hits Malone in the back, but they at least get it to center. Carried in, but not for long, and we're going to have a penalty on Champlin Park now, as Malone was hauled down there by Amanda Scott, and she will go for a hook.
Well, that'll kind of take the gas out of the tank here for you real quick. Got a good opportunity. You got the second power play out there, giving them an opportunity to work, and I think what Coach Gold has done and his staff, they've kind of simplified that power play. They were doing one of two things, Jay. They were either getting it across to the weak side wing on the back door, or if they got it behind the net, bringing it straight out front into the crease area and having a forward there to hit it. So, but they had a good first power play. This one did. The second one didn't turn out too well, but
here comes Martinson, and just off the bench, Santowski stepped into her path and they collide. Now Hansen. Power play chance here for AC. Down in the corner, Reeve with it. Circling back, will bring it top to Santowski. Now Reeve right back to Santowski. Reeve in the circle, firing. Oh, and a nice stop by Freeman is out front, creating some havoc there. Was Santowski for Armstrong Cooper, and Coach talked about that one thing we're pretty good at is getting our bodies in the way and making things a little difficult for the goaltender.
Yeah, both ways. Got the body in the way when they almost had a 2-on-1 break there, and then again in front of the net here.
Reeve will swing it across. Hansen right back for Reeve. Out front, and couldn't get a shot away. Now Hansen shooting. That one's blocked as well. Halverson swooping in to pick it up here for the Wings. Under 10 to go in the period. She tries to go up high again on that short side, but missed the net. 5 seconds remaining. Hansen getting control. And doesn't look like they're going to get another shot away here. And so we have come to the end of period number 1, and a pretty entertaining first period. Our score after 1, Champlin Park 2 and Armstrong Cooper 1. More of the Armstrong Cooper Holiday Classic coming up here on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Welcome back here to New Hope Ice Arena for the 20th annual Armstrong Cooper Holiday Classic Girls Hockey Tournament. Let's go down rinkside now with John Jacobson.
Thanks, Jay. I'm with Jim Coltis, head coach of the Rebels. And Jim, your thoughts on the opening period here?
You know, I thought it was a pretty good period for us. We ended up with 16 shots that period. The goal we gave them there was right at the end of that penalty, and we didn't kind of rotate to the back of the net. But, really, overall, it's a pretty good period for us.
Different than a normal tournament game in that this is also a conference game. How much have you emphasized that with your girls, the importance of trying to win this one tonight?
Well, yeah, it was the first thing we talked about when we got to the arena tonight. We just talked about, remember, this is a conference game. It's not just a tournament. And it's kind of worked out nice because you can pick up an extra game throughout your schedule by doing this. And it's nice because we probably see them in the tournament anyways, and takes up a game for us.
Tell me about this year's team, a little bit younger in some areas. Overall, have you seen this team progress from that first practice to where you're at right now?
Yeah, we're really happy with where we're going. We had some rough patches in there. We graduated an all-state goalie, so we've kind of been playing 3 different goaltenders in there and trying to settle in a little bit, and also really trying to reestablish how we play D-zone, how we block shots, and some of that stuff's now starting to click, and the benefits have been we've had some good games here in a row.
Jim, thanks for your time. Good luck the rest of the game.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Jim Colt is head coach of the Champlin Park Rebels. They're up on Armstrong Cooper 2-1 after 1 period of the Armstrong Cooper Holiday Classic. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more of our first intermission from New Hope Ice Arena after this timeout.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
An eating disorder feels like having another person inside your head. It kind of built this wall around me.
The main thing that we needed was hope.
Your age, your gender, your ethnicity. Eating disorders don't discriminate. They can strike anyone. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
Welcome back to New Hope Ice Arena. In between the first and second period, Champlin Park leading Armstrong Cooper 2-1. Well, before the game, as you saw, 3 former Armstrong Cooper players who played on the first team in this Cable 12 Cup. It was back in 1996. We're on hand for ceremonial puck drop, and they're with us now. And let's start with Angela McGregor. And Angela, what's it like to be back in this arena, first of all, for the first time in many years, right?
Oh, it's great. I love it. A lot of things have changed, but a lot of things haven't changed, so it's still the same.
What do you remember about those early years of girls hockey and playing with these 2 ladies and some of your other teammates from back then?
I remember having a lot of fun. We were just actually talking about how it almost feels like no time has passed. And I haven't actually seen them probably since we played together, and it feels like, playing together with them was probably like, a week ago, not even. So it's been great.
The current team is Armstrong Cooper, and back when you ladies started, it was Armstrong Cooper. But then you split, right, after your junior season?
Yep, after our junior season, we played 2 years together, and then the senior year, we separated. I was on the Cooper team, they were on the Armstrong team, so then we played against each other, but, still friends.
What was that like, that senior year? Was that a little different?
I missed them. I missed our team. So, I had played with them for 3 years because we played 2 years high school, and then the year before that, we actually were like a club team. So, I had played with them for 3 years. It, wasn't great not playing with them my senior year, but it was nice to still have them around. So,
tell us what you're doing now.
I currently am the station admin for Southwest Airlines, and I've been at the airport working there since like 2002.
And still playing hockey, I understand.
Yeah, still playing hockey. I love it. I stepped away from it for a couple of years and missed it so much and was dreaming about it, so I had to get back to playing.
Thanks for taking time with us tonight.
Thank you.
Jessica Flygar, another player who was a junior on the 96-97 team. And what are your memories of Armstrong Cooper hockey? And you got to see your coaches tonight, John Holfke and Tony Nelson. What was that like?
Oh, it was just amazing just being back here. It just feels like home. I love the smell of the arena. I love the smell of the ice, the cold. It was just a great feeling. And it was great to see Anna and Angie again. So it's just nice. I mean, we were, like Angie was saying, we were just talking, and I'm still friends with a lot of the girls from the original team, and I wouldn't trade those memories for anything.
As you watch this current group play, how do you compare how they play, how your girls played back in the day?
These girls are really lucky because they got to start from when they were way little. We pretty much were thrown in like freshman year, and it's just great to see how much the program has grown, and I couldn't be happier the way it's turning out. So it's good to see them playing.
Tell us what you're doing today and where you're living.
I'm actually out in Becker. nice little drive. I drive all the way from Becker to Eden Prairie. Currently working at a home infusion company, and just thinking about getting back into hockey now that I'm back here. I miss it too much now that I realize it, so yeah. But yeah, that's about it.
That's awesome. Thanks, Jessica. Anna Probilski-Cook come in and join us, and talk about how this program has changed and how girls hockey has changed. You girls were kind of pioneers, right? Kind of picked up the sport late and made yourself a team within a couple of years.
Yeah, we heard that there was this hockey thing that we could try and show up if we were daring enough, and we did. We didn't know if we would like it. We didn't know anybody else playing, but we just showed up, and here it is. It's such a tailored program. I'm so impressed with the girls and the program. It was amazing to watch.
You told me you were just back in this rink the other day for the first time in many years, but when you come back in, what kind of memories flood back to you both here in this rink and the South Ring where you played a lot too?
Yeah, it feels like home, even though I've been gone nearly 2 decades. The first thing that hits you is the rush of cold air. It's so refreshing, and then you're about to go glide and skate, and it's just that sensation. It feels like home.
And like Angela, you're still playing hockey, right?
I do still play, yeah. I mean, we live in a great state for hockey and for women in hockey, so anybody who hasn't played before or if they've played their whole life, we're just really fortunate where we live. So, yeah, and the camaraderie is wonderful. I think everyone should have that in their lives.
And you're still in the Twin Cities too, right?
I am, and I work with my dad. We have a stone manufacturing business, so we're in the construction industry and make stone veneer.
Anna, thanks for joining us. Thanks to all of you for joining us. That was awesome. Good reunion for Armstrong Cooper, that 96-97 team, the first team that played in this Cable 12 Cup. Jay and Dan, back up to you.
Thanks very much, John, and thanks, ladies, too, for joining us, and thanks for being back here. It brings back memories from that very first tournament, as we talked about a little bit earlier. Well, our score here, 2-1, Champlin Park leading the host Wings of Armstrong Cooper, and we'll look at our first period highlights. And Champlin Park had been kind of dominating a little bit early on. And you get a big stop here by Kopka, and then the rebound, nice D to get back and break that up. Puck redirected a couple of times here, and Kopka making another save right there for Armstrong Cooper. And then the Wings getting the opportunity here. A couple nice saves by Freeman. Reeve throwing one on net, and then a nice rebound goal put away by Kenzie Malone, her third of the year. Made it 1-0 Armstrong Cooper. And Champlin Park, though, coming right back. Martinson taking the pass from Stoll just as Stoll was falling. Made it a 1-1 game, and then just over 2 minutes later, well, here's the penalty here that as Wood was knocked down. And they will get one again as Martinson slamming that puck home on a power play to make it 2-1 as we see our shots after the first period, scoring chances. Pretty even, penalties were even as well. So we'll take another quick break. We'll come back and drop the puck for period number 2.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Will, for example. His first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. He's learning production skills and now has access to cutting-edge equipment. He's working on local music productions, meeting new people, and gaining experience needed to produce his own show. Best of all, he's sharing his passion for music with others in his community. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
2-1 hockey game heading into period number 2. This is a semifinal of the 4-team Armstrong Cooper Holiday Classic Tournament. Patino Grace and Minneapolis meeting on the other side of the bracket, on the other side of the arena. People of the South Rink over there. So 48 seconds still remaining on the penalty to Scott of Champlin Park. So the Wings are on the power play.
It'll be helpful now if the Wings can cash in on this and get this game tied up real quick.
Here's Martinson short-handed, and Kopka has to be ready on the first shift as Martinson lets one rip.
Well, nice play by Martinson. Got it in the goal. He took a good shot and forced a face-off down in the wing zone here. Just a few more seconds taken off on the penalty, and they're going to take a few seconds to get back down into the Champlin zone. So good play by Martinson there.
Burrell took a mighty tumble, but did get the puck deep into the corner and able to get up and get back into position. I think it can be a little hard to be sharp right away to begin a period when you're on the power play. And we're finding that right now with the Wings. Just kind of, getting the legs loose again, and pretty soon it'll be over.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Jay. I think most coaches really, that's kind of a tough thing to do, and you got to talk about it in the locker room in between. Make sure they're ready for it.
Halverson up with it, back out to Hansen. Penalty time is over. Redirect in front goes wide. Halverson coming away with the puck here for Armstrong Cooper. Gave it away though. Scott sending it ahead to Lorenzen. Lorenzen shrugging off a check, flipping it just behind Scott.
Nice play by Lorenzen there.
Good poke check at center ice there by Hannah Lisney for Champlin Park, and then Reeve struggling with that puck. 3 players jump her right there in the corner. Now Stoll trying to free that puck back up. They're able to keep it in the offensive zone. Reeve trying to turn away. Wood takes it away and then slides it out front. It comes all the way out high. Long shot. Kopka the save and another. Back to the point again, and that one got through to Kopka. Hansen controlling for the Wings, dumps it out to center, but it'll be relayed right back in there by Shuck.
Boy, good shift by the Champlin Park Rebels there, Jay. They really got in front of that net and were raising some havoc in front.
Boy, and they're keeping the Wings out here. They're going to be tired right now. Not allowing a line change. Sutherland hits the goal stick of Kopka. That one almost was trouble. Now Wood looking for Sutherland and fanned on that one. Santowski back the other way for the Wings. She's going to dump it in and change up.
The defense for the Wings now, they got to keep their heads on the swivel here because Champlin's coming out from behind that net. Someone's coming down that slot, and they got to be ready for it as a defensive squad. Watch that coming down the slot.
And that one will kick all the way past. Icing call coming up, and we'll head back into the Champlin Park zone.
Yeah, I like a lot of the basic things I'm seeing out of Champlin Park, Jay, right now. They're not, like I said, they're moving the puck where they want to. They have a plan on where they're going to put it, what they want to do. When you're not scoring goals, sometimes simplify that. Just give them 2 basic patterns to work with. Makes a lot of difference here, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a 5-on-5 goal come through here for them.
Trapp trying to bring it forward, and now will get control here for the Rebels. Good skating defenseman. Trapp hard up the side, and that one went off a skate as she tried to put it on net. Champlin Park looks a step quicker than the Wings here to start the second period. Martinson intercepting that one. Stoll giving it back to Kaylee Martinson. She's going to look to the point to Trapp, and as it skid off her stick, and they're have to clear the zone here. Tino Grace leading Minneapolis 1-0 on the other rink. That puck sent toward the net, broken up, and the Wings breaking it out now with Lauren Price. Price to the corner. Burrell able to squeeze her off the puck there. Halverson jumping in to help out. And that one thrown to the net. It looked like Freeman lost sight of it. Came bouncing through. And now here comes Martinson back the other way. Martinson already has 2 goals. Knocked down, penalty coming against the Wings as she was tripped up. And it will indeed be a tripping call, so Champlin Park back to the power play.
Boy, what a change one period makes, Jay. Champlin Park coming out really strong, and I think that's the one thing that, being a young team, you see the stick get caught up in the skates there, Martinson, by Malone, but I tell you what, the older girls tend to be a little stronger. They tend to, be able to throw the weight around a little bit more, and that's really been evident here in the first part of this period for the Champlin Park Rebels.
Wings able to get a clear here. Trapp picking it up. Onto the stick of Wood through neutral. And pressured there and knocked out, and a chance shorthanded now for Hansen. Hansen to the net, and penalty coming against the Rebels as Hansen was taken down by Lorenzen. Looks like we'll get either a check or an interference here probably, and we'll be evened up.
I will be interested to see this call. I'd like to see the replay too. I just had a hook. Interesting.
Yeah, really, I thought that she had kind of let up here maybe, but
They
maybe
really
not.
tap there. And
Yeah, got the,
yeah, okay.
Got it on the hands, yep.
Okay. I shouldn't question the ref, should I, Jay? Well, I don't know. This strikes me.
Well, you wouldn't be human if you didn't. Let's be honest, we all do it. You're watching on TV, you're watching in the arena. I mean, it's hard not to, but it was definitely a reasonable call there.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, how much do you think these coaches have practiced 4-on-4, Jay, during the regular course?
Sontowski carries it in, fires, stick saved by Freeman. And then a little jousting out front. Banked ahead looking for Martinson. Martinson to the front and shoots, and Kopka to save. Boy, she really should have stayed with her backhand. She had the deep beat there.
Yeah. I like the way Kopka stayed right on that puck, though. She slid really nice.
Poke checked away, follow-up try, and that one into the body of the defender. Burrell trying to go long to Martinson, but didn't really have the angle, and also Martinson was gassed.
Yep. Well, I was kind of surprised there, too, where Martinson made a really nice move in there, but both goalies playing. I think our little Freeman is doing very well here for Champlin Park, too. She's stepping in there, and she's getting some good saves, and really showing the trust that the coaches have given her in this tournament game. She doesn't look shook at all.
Over to Trapp. Off of Stoll's stick at center ice. Now the Wings looking to quickly counter. Very nice pass by Robideau there. And now she jumps in to join the play. Penalty to Armstrong Cooper is over, so they are down the power play. Wood able to get it ahead for Stoll. Shorthanded rush here for Champlin Park. Does a nice job, just stops and sends it into the corner. Stoll wins that puck back. Trickles out front, and Reeve away with it for the Wings. Reeve carrying it in. Nice move. Shoots and scores. Great goal there for Reeve.
What a pretty play. 2 nice moves to shake the Rebel that was on her, and got in tight and just roared it into the left-hand side. Nice move there. Got herself free. Stick on the inside and just ripped it. She kind of caught Freeman in between being up and down. Good move here. Now watch her come back there. Nice sticks in good position. Rips it. Opposite corner.
So we are even up at 2 as each team now has a power play goal. An unassisted goal, her 4th of the season.
Another quick look here, and just Freeman was just beat on it. Just a great shot. Well, we have a senior and an 8th grader scoring here for the Wings here. Nice blend. Now, coaches like seeing that both ends are contributing here.
Down to the corner, flipped out front, and that pass broken up. Sophie Sinjum sending it ahead. Here comes Scott. Trying to throw it in the corner and go get it, but Robideau is having none of that. Controlled there by Anna Lorenz for Armstrong Cooper. Santowski trying to get it out, but couldn't. Here's Robideau back to pick it up. Around for Megan Ide. Throws it in. It bounces off the back of the net, and almost getting there was Leo O'Brien. Back down toward that corner. And puck pops free. Here's Hansen up with it. Circles the net here. Throws it right across the slot. Nobody could get a stick on it. Rebels struggling to get the puck out right now. They'll try and reverse it back the other way, but well read and intercepted. Hansen able to come up with it here. Shoots off a skate. And another long one thrown on net, and Freeman the stop, and then it came to the net hard, and the Rebels didn't like it.
Well, they weren't going to penetrate that wall to get in on her, and but nice little run here by the Wings. Good forechecking, moved the puck around really well, generated some shots, and Jay, I like the way this thing spread out. You know, young kids have a chance to bunch up. This group is not doing that.
Malone bottled up in the corner, keeps on digging though, and now Reeve sending it back behind for Malone. Good couple shifts in a row here for Armstrong Cooper. Now Halverson pulls it out of there, tried to go to the net, and here comes Martinson back the other way for Champlin Park. They got a little tangle, but still got it to Stoll. And then Martinson trying to follow up, but Hansen won that loose puck. Halverson, oops. We're on the same page there as her winger Malone was heading off on a change. Wood controlling it here for Champlin Park. She'll slam it off the glass and in. Reeve first to it. Swings it back around looking for Ide. Rebels gain control and a nice little pass to Wood. Reeve knocked it away from her. Colford though following up. Fires up over the top. Kopka kind of ducking out of the way of that one.
Good support by the Rebels. They're backing each other up, making sure that puck flow continues. If one misses, the other one coming in behind picks it up. Ooh.
Colford might have taken one in the chin a little bit there, it looked like. It's off the official skate. Reeve coming in to pick it up for the Wings.
Well, Colford ain't happy. She's got to settle down a little bit, get a little retaliatory with the Wings around her. She definitely took one in the mush.
Now Armstrong Cooper freeing it up here, looking for a chance as O'Brien circling behind the net. Nobody really going to the front though.
Well, they're all standing off high off to the side. They got to get in the middle, cause that D to stay in tight so they can't spread out and come out and get him.
Sutherland will throw it into the corner and then head off on a quick change. Right near the Rebels bench, it pops free out to center.
Yeah, Sutherland shouldn't have thrown it up that side. Should have come on out the backside with that bench standing there.
And centering pass there off the stick of Lisney. And a huge collision right in front of the Rebels bench. Does not look as though the arm has gone up. The Rebels feeling that was could have been a penalty call there as Leo O'Brien.
Yeah.
See this one again. Well,
just a case of momentum there as he was trying to slow it down and use her body as a block, but O'Brien kept coming at her and got knocked off balance.
You see 3 players all together there. I think I can agree on, on not being a penalty there. The officials are right now discussing it, but I don't think it was. I think it was just, kind of one of those things, a little incidental collision.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Just a factor of things coming together there. Yeah, it's been a pretty physical game, Jeb, and, kind of surprised here. Seeing both these teams, and they're both kind of doing it here, too.
2-2 hockey game here with about 6 minutes to go in this second period, and looks like Lisney's going to be all right, at least for the moment. As up to the bench she'll go.
Another freshman in this game, and seeing a lot of young kids here. That's kind of funny. The Wings have really rebounded well here, Jay, after being dominated in the first, I'd say, 7 minutes of this period. They've really come back and kind of turned the tables a little bit and actually getting it tied up, and that changed momentum completely here.
Jim Coltis right now discussing with the referee, it happened obviously right in front of all their players and everything too, and feeling that there could have and should have been a penalty called there.
Yeah, he's making a motion with his arm that he felt that her right arm came down and took the player, Lisney down. And that, so.
And I think it's a situation too, as a coach, even if you're not sure yourself, you want to stand up for your player in that spot, make your teammate, team feel like you have their back.
Hello. Plus the fact too, just the potential for getting hurt too, especially when he's behind from the back situations are so scary and they're really tough to control sometimes, especially in a game that moves this fast. So he's just making a point. Referees will get a hold of it and keep an eye on the rest of the game.
Burrell with a shot block there for Champlin Park. Chopped away, Reeve pinching in from the point, and flutters one on net.
Ooh.
Freeman the save, and then she was all tangled up with players in front and couldn't get to it. But fortunately for the Rebels, the puck bounces away. Now comes loose, and a shot swept alongside the net there. And that one floats all the way through. Burrell bangs it out to center, dumped right back in, and now Martinson controlling for Champlin Park. Martinson from the circle fires, and Kopka makes a glove catch on that one.
Boy, Martinson really strong on her skates. That's about the 4th rush this period that she's really grabbed hold of it and gotten the Rebels out of danger there after a bit of a nice forechecking run by the Wings inside the Rebel zone.
Off the draw, Wings control it. Santowski whipping it around. Wood chips it back to the corner. Santowski got it ahead there to Lorenz. And now Lorenz able to carry it in, chopped off her stick. Thrown toward the front, and now Wood gaining control here for Champlin Park. Pass right up the middle, broken up. Flip back into the AC, or the Champlin Park zone.
That could have been a penalty there. A little hook there by Shuck.
Wood has it poked away right there, and Lauren Price carrying it for Armstrong Cooper. Circling around. Price gets the pass forward. Too many bodies in the way on that shot attempt, though, as Ana Aguado took a swing at it. Now Hansen and Sutherland poked it away cleanly and will come up ice here for the Rebels. Colford going to the net. Takes the shot. Kopka, the blocker save there. Out to the point, and the Rebels keep it in with Shuck. Now Reeve. Reeve falls hard as Lorenzen pressured her. Rebels real aggressive on the forecheck with this first line, especially now Lorenzen. Playing it around for Stoll. tried to go to the point with it. Not much on it, but Trapp will still get it to Stoll, and then down deep again for Lorenzen. Reeve trying to tie her up. And Reeve comes cleanly out of there with it. Gonna have to try and bank it off the glass to get it out, and kept in, not for long though. Martinson will turn and try and put it back in deep. Didn't quite work out that way. And back now into the corner where Hansen will gather it. 2:45 to go, second period. 2-2 hockey game here. Armstrong Cooper has the only goal of this middle period so far, although Champlin Park has probably had the better of the play overall. Trapp throwing one toward the net.
Oh, and here you see a situation where Champlin has really not allowed Armstrong Cooper to control right around their blue line. Anywhere within 5 feet either side of the blue line is a dangerous place for the defending team. And they turned it around and got it back in the Armstrong zone a couple times because of it. And those are two danger areas that we watch for here as coaches. So you got to get it out of there. Once you get it above the circles in the defensive zone, you must get it out. Either way, get it out.
Icing call here on Armstrong Cooper, and again, good communication by the officials. They weren't entirely sure if they were going to wave icing off or not, so it ends up looking like a late whistle, but it was the right call. I think they've done a solid job here tonight.
You've obviously never coached, Joe.
Yeah, I know. It's battle for it along the wall. Flipped out front, but intercepted there by Armstrong Cooper's Caitlin Quinn. Got it from Malone, but that one broken up, and now carried on in. Quinn. Here's Trapp trying to send it around weak side, and Wings able to pinch in, keep it in at least for the moment, but now brought out by Burrell. Burrell, the defenseman, firing and handcuffed Kopka a little bit, but able to slide over and make the stop here for the Wings, and we stay at 2-2 with 1:31 to go here in the second.
Nothing wrong with the shot on goal there, Mike. It looked like it was a little tricky for Kopka to handle there, although she did a good job as it fluttered on her, but she got it stopped.
Wood chipping it down from Martinson and bounces it right out front, and Lorenzen trying to tip that puck out of midair, and Kopka has to make the stop there for Armstrong Cooper.
With those last two saves, Kopka was like, okay, let's get it out of the zone here. Getting a little tired of these fluttering pucks here. They're dangerous.
There have not been many times in this period especially that they've been able to get a clean breakout. Champlin Park's done a nice job of choking that off, and sometimes forcing them to plan B, which hasn't always worked either.
Well, we talk about reversing, but if you watch, Champlin usually has 3 people up by the blue line there to choke that second pass off, and that's where they're getting that advantage at the blue line.
Under a minute to go now in the period. We're even up at 2 apiece. The winner goes into the championship game. The loser will play for third place here on Wednesday night, and you can watch live coverage of the championship game here on 12 Sports as well. Our 20th year with this tournament. Banked ahead, and now Martinson trying to control it with her skate. Santowski bringing it back the other way here as we're under a half minute to play in the second. Back down to the corner where Wood will control here for the Rebels. Martinson wanted a home run pass. Trip coming up. Penalty against Quinn of Armstrong Cooper. Or, excuse me, not Quinn. And now we get a little bit of extra after the fact here.
Now girls.
Sorry, not Quinn. It's going to be Aguado who gets this penalty.
Boy, that would not have been a smart play by Shuck there, just kind of getting back on the grill a little bit. Let her take the penalty, and coming out here in the third period now, you're going to have a minute and 50 of power play. Yeah, definitely a penalty.
So most of this power play will take place in the third period, of course. Off the draw, Rebels trying to control it, but then popped out, and that should eat up the remaining time here, and we will reach the end of period number 2, and all even up at 2 goals apiece after the Wings got the only goal in the second. We'll be back with more of our live coverage here to New Hope Ice Arena in a moment on 12 Sports.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Will, for example. His first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. He's learning production skills and now has access to cutting-edge equipment. He's working on local music productions, meeting new people, and gaining experience needed to produce his own show. Best of all, he's sharing his passion for music with others in his community. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Tied at 2 apiece here after 2. Let's go down ringside to John Jacobson.
All right, thanks, Jay. And I'm joined now by Kevin Gray, head coach of Armstrong Cooper. And Kevin, the second period, I thought a better period for your team. Obviously, on the scoreboard, how did you feel about your team's play overall?
Yeah, we, obviously we got another goal to tie it up. We started getting a few less turnovers in the neutral zone, got some pucks deep, established the forecheck a little bit. So it seemed to work out a little better for us.
For the young girls especially, what is this tournament experience like for them? Are they excited about playing in this tourney?
Yeah, absolutely. They're excited to be on TV today, and first time for that for a lot of them. So it's just a neat experience, and then they see all the alumni are back to greet them at the door and cheer them on. So it's a good time for them.
I know you weren't with this program at the very beginning, but was it nice to see the former coaches and some of those players back here before the game for that face-off?
Yeah, seeing them, and I heard one of the old alumni is like, holy cow, that was 20 years ago already. And so just to see that and John and Tony coming back around, it means a lot to us here and try to uphold some of that tradition for them in our community.
Finally, third period, what do you need to do to get a W at the end of the night?
Well, we got to kill this penalty off first of all. So we got a little work to do there. We got a little aggressive on the first one and then got lost, but a little bit back to basics and do that and then continue to get some pucks deep and just shoot the puck, see what happens.
Thanks for your time. Good luck in the third period.
Thank you.
Kevin Gray, head coach of the Armstrong Cooper Wings. His team tied up 2-2 with Champlin Park through 2 periods in the semifinals of the Armstrong Cooper Holiday Classic. We'll come back with more of our second intermission after this timeout.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy!
Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
30 million Americans will suffer from an eating disorder at some point in their lives. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Hi, I work at the NEDA helpline. We have something called Click to Chat, which is a live chat with someone on the helpline, and they're really able to get support.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
Welcome back to New Hope Ice Arena. Through 2 periods, we're tied up 2-2, Champlin Park and Armstrong Cooper. Joined now by Julie Olson. She's with the Armstrong Cooper Hockey Booster Club and helps sponsor this tournament. And I know, Julie, this is a labor of love for a lot of people. Tell me about all the work that goes in, not just these 2 days of the tournament, but for several months leading up to the today.
Well, basically, the day after the tournament ends, we start for the next year. That starts with asking the teams that are here if they want to come back and start planning for the following year. So, yeah, it's a 12-month process. Lots of fun stuff along with a lot of work. So we want to keep the tradition going.
How much importance is there in the community sponsors that you have this year? I mean, a lot of groups have kind of stepped up and helped defray some of the costs and help out with this tournament, right?
Absolutely. We have a few that have done a lot of work for us. Big Frog out of Plymouth has helped out with the graphics and the apparel, as well as local food companies, restaurants in the area, Frankie's, Pub 42, also Cub Foods, always fantastic bagging and donating of products to help out here and support our team.
Not just in hockey, but it seems like in most high school sports, booster clubs are being asked to or being counted on to supply more and more funding for some of the things that maybe used to be paid for by high schools. What are some of the things that the booster club is raising money for year-round to help defer the cost for each girl?
Well, we pay for everything from pucks to tape and helmet screws, the repair kits, any extra coaches apparel, any team activities that we do, if we do a team trip, most things other than actually even jerseys. So most of it.
And you've been at this for a few years. You have a daughter, Paige, who's a sophomore, but you had two older girls that played in this team, in this program too, right?
I did. Rachel Olson graduated in 2012, and Stephanie, my middle one, graduated in 2014. So we've been part of the high school hockey program since 2007, so lots of fun.
And you had a chance to see it when it was still Armstrong and Cooper now come back together. How was that? You know, it's been 5 years, so it's been a few years, but how did that merger, the transition at first go, and it seems to be running smoothly now?
Oh, it is. Has it been 5 years already? Oh my gosh, yes. When we came on board, it was just Armstrong. We're Armstrong family. And then it merged in 2011, I believe, that year. So, you know, for the girls that play together all the way through youth, it's just a natural progression, and so it went very smoothly for us. And then a couple years into that merge, we switched to just staying at our home ice on New Hope, and we've loved that, hanging out in our same locker rooms every year on our same ice, so it's been good.
Finally, it's been a four-team tournament, I should say, this year, but next year, plan is to go back to 8 teams, right?
Absolutely, yes. And back to our traditional time of later in the year after Christmas. Next year, it will be the 29th through the 31st. It'll be a 3-day, 8-team tournament, so.
We'll plan to be back here for year 21, all right?
Fantastic, absolutely.
Julie, thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
Julie Olson with the Armstrong Cooper Girls Hockey Booster Club. Right now, her daughter's Wings team tied up 2-2 with Champlin Park through 2 periods. We'll take a break and come back with more of the second intermission and the third period of play. You're watching live coverage of the 20th annual Armstrong Cooper Holiday Classic on Channel 12.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
2-2 hockey game through 2 here in our opening night of the 20th annual Armstrong Cooper Holiday Classic. Thanks for joining us here on 12 Sports. Champlin Park and Armstrong Cooper 2-2. As we said, only goal of the second period was scored by the Wings. There's a look at one that deflected wildly through the crease there past Freeman. Made a good save right there for Champlin Park. And then here's Reeve carrying a nice move and fires it stick side. Power play goal, only goal of the period. Reeve getting another one here, floating one in, a deflection, Freeman a stop, and then was tangled up with the player in front, but her defense came in to help out. Here's Burrell firing a hard shot that Kopka had to squeeze the pads together to make the stop on there. As you can look at our stats through two, as the Rebels an edge a little bit in shots. There is still a Rebels power play that has most of it remaining. A minute 51 to go in the power play for Champlin Park when we begin period 3. We will come back with our third period of hockey here. The winner, as we said, will play for the title against either Totino Grace or Minneapolis Wednesday night. Champlin Park and Armstrong Cooper tied up at 2-2.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
An eating disorder feels like having another person inside your head. It kind of built this wall around me.
The main thing that we needed was hope.
Your age, your gender, your ethnicity. Eating disorders don't discriminate. They can strike anyone. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Lindsay, for example. Her first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. Right away, she received professional training and now has the tools and skills necessary to produce her own show. She's turning dreams into realities right from her own home. And best of all, she's sharing her passion with members of her community and beyond. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Wings of Armstrong Cooper taking the ice for period number 3 here as Champlin Park gets set to come on as well here. And, I think, Dan, it's been an interesting game so far. And, close like we expected, although there's been some, not necessarily everything has gone, smoothly for each team at certain times. But overall, we're kind of where we thought we might be.
Yeah, definitely a one-goal game, and I'll tell you what, Coach Goltis, this has kind of been his gig now. 8 games out of the 13 they've played have been one-goal games. So this will be important for them to break through because they haven't won the one-goal games really, and so it'll be important for him. Armstrong Cooper playing a good game, and I think their coaches are kind of happy with the way that they've kind of stemmed the tide, so to speak. When the Rebels got some momentum, the kids stood up and took it right back from them. They either got a goal or they made a good forechecking play or did something well. So both teams are doing some things really, really well, and I think it bodes well for them. But we'll see what happens. This will be a 17 minutes of who's going to get the next goal and pull this one out.
Again, Champlin Park will be on the power play to begin this third period, although we saw the same in reverse, and Armstrong Cooper, was kind of, it took a while to get going, and pretty soon the penalty was over. So we'll see if that holds true here, if the Rebels can get some jump right away and try and get something going. They've got nearly the full power play. You see a minute 51 to go.
Well, this is an area where they really need to improve in this half of the season. So a good opportunity for them. We'll see if they pull this through.
Wings win the draw. Reeve getting it to the Rebels' blue line, although not all the way in deep like she was hoping. Intercepted again, and Haley Hansen will bang it off the glass and in.
Oh.
Flipped around back behind the net there, and Shuck up with it. Wings able to eat up some valuable time here with Megan Ide doing the work shorthanded. Rebels trying to get that power play set up and thrown to the net there by Martinson, and the stop made by Kopka.
A little bit of a bad communication here by the Rebels in their own zone, not knowing quite where each one of the D were and who was in trouble or what. The support wasn't there. They finally figured it out and got it out, but not a good start.
Here's Trapp shooting, and that one bounces off the body in front. Patino Grace leading Minneapolis 3-1 after 2 periods on the South rank, so Eagles trying to advance into this title game. Champlin Park is the defending champion at this tournament. Won it a couple times in recent years here. Now back across it comes to Wood. And nice takeaway there by Reeves. See if she can get around and get it out. And she does exactly that. Nice job. It'll bounce all the way down the ice. Freeman setting it up there for Trapp. Puck gets away, and Santowski controlling it for the Wings. Santowski working hard, takes the puck away from Trapp. Backhander, and Freeman the save. And Santowski wasn't satisfied with just creating a turnover. She went right to the net. Good strength, just out-muscled Trapp.
And she stuck with her backhand, Jay. I like that. Always have a tough time with that. Now I see why the Rebels are having so much trouble on their power play. They're just bad communication here. They've made some real critical mistakes at the beginning and just a few seconds ago, and it almost cost them.
Fulford sending it around. Here's Burrell. She'll send it in deep here. Only 5 seconds to go in the power play. And like we said, much like happened for Armstrong Cooper to start the second, the Rebels didn't really get anything going to begin their power play on the third.
Really out of sync. That's something they're going to have to work on if they want to improve on their record in the second half.
Scott carrying it here for Champlin Park. She will send it in. Hansen controlling for the Wings. Now Aguado gave it away to Stoll. Puck loose in front. Oh, and Kopka, the pad save as Stoll. Everybody kind of lost sight of it for a second, and Stoll just turned and got away a quick low shot. But Kopka with a pad save.
Cardinal mistake there. Never make a blind pass into the middle, no matter where you are on the ice.
Stoll, good effort trying to get that puck back. And it just pops out over the blue line. They'll have to touch up. Reeve whipping it ahead. Burrell intercepting there. And the Wings able to get it in deep into the Champlin Park zone as they will get a line change. Shuck back to play it. Over to Burrell. Intercepted by Santowski at center. And now it comes Frida Martinson, one-on-one here. Martinson looking for the hat trick, shoots. Kapka the save, and she covers it up, and they turn Colford away at the doorstep. Pretty well defended here. Martinson got away a decent shot, but at least give your goalie a good look at the puck there, and that's what Robidoux was able to do.
Robidoux got it moving off to the side there and getting outside. Martinson might have been better served just to bring it around behind the net and let them get it set up and see if her two forwards can come back in and she get a pass to them.
This play offside at the blue line as the puck briefly came out and Colford brought it back in. So face-off outside the Armstrong-Cooper zone here early in the third, and we are still tied 2-2. Armstrong-Cooper scored first in the first period, then the Rebels came back with 2 goals in just over 2 minutes to go ahead 2-1 after one. Armstrong-Cooper's Reeve got the only goal of the second, and that's where we sit 2-2. Pretty good goaltending, I think, from both teams tonight.
I agree. Both goaltenders have played very well.
At the blue line, controlled here by Lisney, and there is Kapka making the stop.
Dangerous there as Colford was coming in, too. She hadn't held on to that puck. Colford would have had a good opportunity to pop one in. She's shown herself well. She's looked like the senior goaltender tonight. She's done a nice job, stayed cool, calm, and collected. Made some nice key saves when she needed to, deflected out of the way so no rebounds occurred. Nice job of that tonight. Their goaltending solid.
Sent out front there by Anna Lorenz, but nobody could get a stick on it. They are able to keep it in the offensive zone, though. Nice hustle. Megan Ide throwing it down behind the net. Trap controlling for the Rebels. Colford, pass was broken up. It came right back to her. And now picked up here by Sutherland for Champlin Park. Down she goes. Nice job to block that one. They put it out front. Sutherland couldn't get her stick on it. And back the other way now comes O'Brien for Armstrong-Cooper.
You see the Rebels there doing the old, let's get somebody out of the box real quick to stop the momentum, as Armstrong did earlier.
And toss toward the net, and Freeman will cover it up and make the save. 12:08 to go. Again, a little bit different. We've talked about a little bit earlier, this tournament has almost always been after Christmas time. I suspect there's a little less rust to shake off being this week.
Yes.
You're coming basically right along in line with what your regular season schedule would be, normally playing on a Tuesday like this. Whereas, so that part of it I think has been a little sharper because of that, I suspect.
I agree that you haven't had a chance to, you don't have to worry about working off those Christmas meals and cookies and brownies and stuff, and it adds to a better pace. They never even had to break the practice schedule today, so that was a good thing. So, and they'll be ready for Christmas now. It'll be interesting to see the first games back after Christmas. That ought to be interesting.
Flip back into the Champlin Park zone. Burrell up with it here for Champlin Park. Misses everyone with that pass, and they'll have an icing call. We'll come right back into the Rebel zone here. Considering that these teams are not, super high scoring, this next goal could be the telling point, and really be a chance to be the game winner, I think.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It could be critical here.
Wings win the draw. Hansen a shot, and Freeman making the glove save. They got a pretty good look at it there. And Armstrong-Cooper is definitely gritty in terms of not being afraid to go to the net at all, not being worried about getting into Freeman a little bit. Less polite than Champlin Park, I think. Let's put it that way.
Well, they haven't learned their manners yet as young kids, I guess. And you know what? I was just about to say, I've been impressed with the way they have battled back. They're not playing like a young team that, folds once they get a goal down or they start getting outplayed. They have a real knack of coming back and doing little things that just disrupt the Rebels' flow. And they're making it work for themselves. And I'll tell you what, right now, this point in the game is more critical for Champlin Park than it is for Armstrong-Cooper. These one-goal games or these tie games, this is where Champlin Park has not been able to come through. Now, Coach Colta said that earlier tonight. So they can pull this one out and win it, by a goal or anything else. That'll be a major step for them.
Relayed ahead back to center, picked off there by Martinson. She has both Champlin Park goals. Now Reeve had a poke check by Stoll, puts it out front and intercepted again by the Wings. As Seedy will send it down the rink, and it's going to be icing here against Armstrong Cooper. So a lot of whistles here, really. It's not been a great flow to the third, to be honest, and both teams, kind of equally the reason for that, I would say.
Well, closest to the game, the criticalness of the game. I think they're gripping their sticks a little tighter right now, and knowing that a big mistake could make the difference here.
Kevin Gray did say to us before the game that, a real end-to-end wide-open game probably favors Champlin Park. Yes. That he's worked, they're a little more of a zone-to-zone team. So in that regard, might be a good news for his team. Scott takes the pass here for the Rebels, flips it in deep. Wood almost took that one away from Santowski. Santowski knocked down. Wings fans calling for a penalty there. Now picked off, and Aguado out of there with it for Armstrong Cooper. Nice step up by Track to break that one up, but they had a teammate way still deep in the zone. I think Scott is maybe hurting a little bit. Slow skate to the bench. Now Aguado carrying it in.
Well, I think the Armstrong Cooper is beginning to steal some of the Rebels' tactics at their own blue line. They're standing up a little bit more. Oh, that was scary.
Freeman a pad save, although she really missed it with her glove.
Yeah.
Halverson carrying it to the middle. Drops that pass back. Reeve, and that one deflects into the corner. Halverson up with it for the Wings. Halverson to the front, trying to get a backhander away, and floated back out to center.
Well, just to finish that point, Jay, they're attacking Champlin at the blue line. We don't see Champlin carrying it across the blue line as easy as they were earlier.
Uh-oh, Martinson picks her pocket to the front. She scores! Hat trick for Martinson, and the Rebels have the lead.
Gee, the minute I open my mouth, we got to make it. Wow, what a play by Martinson. That was big. She didn't hesitate. I tell you, she got it into it. A great move right here. Just goes a little left and brings it back to her forehand and just takes Kopka right out of the game. Bing, bing, boom. Nice play.
Goals number 6, 7, and 8 for Martinson on the year. She making a bid to maybe be the #1 star of the game, you might say, huh?
Yeah, she's up for consideration. Let's put it that way, yeah. I think you might give her a week off of practice here now, Jay, for the game she's had tonight. My gosh.
Unassisted goal, of course, for Martinson as she made the poke check at center ice.
Wow.
You talked earlier about her skating skill, too. She kept Kopka from being able to really come out and challenge just because she was coming at her with good speed.
Yeah. Yeah, she made a really nice move. Real strong play.
So the Rebels go up 3-2, a little under 9 minutes to play, and we'll see if what we said earlier about next goal might win it holds true here. Obviously, a lot of time to go, and I don't think either team has played well enough in the third period to be super comfortable that, okay, we've got this, or we're out of it or whatever. I mean, I think there's still a lot to be determined. It hasn't been a smooth period for either.
Yeah, absolutely.
Burrell carrying it here for Champlin Park. Throws it around the D and goes and gets it herself. Burrell trying to put it out front. Now Wood coming up with it for Champlin Park. Burrell keeps it in at the line. Wings try and bank it around for O'Brien.
I think Coach Coldis would like to see this line really get a little more serious and get some opportunities here, especially with Wood.
O'Brien carrying it now. Now their first line, obviously, with Martinson and Stoll, have been very good tonight. Second has been good too. Certainly I think overall more team speed for Champlin Park, and that's showing.
Yeah. Absolutely, it is stepping on. You can see that, but the Wings have been able to play angles and just keep them off a little bit, just a little thing like that. Taking them a step off makes all the difference in the world and negates that team speed. But, when you let Martinson get that wide open at your blue line, forget it. Door closed. She took advantage of it and buried it.
And guess who? Martinson up with the puck here for Champlin Park.
She might be getting a little more ice time this period.
Back out to center. Martinson will turn and whip it right back in here for the Rebels. Hanson trying to get that puck out for Armstrong Cooper and will do so herself. Hanson, Martinson comes though with the back check and takes it right away. And Martinson will head off on the line change here. Nice stick work by Stoll to win that puck. She's kind of been the unsung hero with a couple of nice passes early in this game to help set things up.
Well, both her and Lorenzen on that first line of the Rebels have done really well and gritted out and done some dirty work. I remember Lorenzen getting beat up in front of the net when Martinson scored her first goal. Well, she was the one that caused all the havoc in front. So they're gritty players, but have done a really nice job tonight.
Opportunity here, and Halverson's turnaround try hit somebody's shin pad and went wide. Obviously, Halverson, somebody that the Rebels need to keep an eye on, definitely a sniper. Now Sutherland coming back the other way here for Champlin Park. Goes in and chases it down herself. Now Colford. Wings trying to break it out here up to Malone. Now Halverson following up. They cannot get it out the first two tries. Now across to Santowski. Burrell will track it down. Nice pass back around to Shuck.
There was good communication there, Jay. They talked to each other, they knew where each other was. That'll be critical here for the final 6 minutes or 5.5 minutes of the game. Where that defense of Champlin Park's got to stay in good communication the rest of the game. It's hurt them earlier on in the game, and that's where they need to improve.
Shuck sending it around for Stoll, but a nice read to break it up by Lorenz for Armstrong Cooper. Flipped ahead. They try and spring Martinson. Hanson trying to get in their way as they battle. Martinson shooting and just missed the net. Martinson throwing it out front, and it hit Kapka and then bounces away. And the Wings trying to clear it out, and they do so. Let's see if this will be a nice. No, it's going to die and not get there. As Shuck back to pick it up here. Under 5 minutes to play in the game. Here's Martinson.
Good play by Shuck there, though, Jay. She got it out of the zone. She wasn't wasting any time. Let the Armstrong Cooper forecheck catch up to her.
And I think they've done a nice job, especially since they've taken this lead, too, of knowing when to dump the puck on the rush, too.
Yep.
They've made smart decisions that way.
Yeah, the key will be getting it out of the zone like we talked about, just across the blue line. Just get out of the neutral zone. You don't have to send it all the way down, but just enough to just stop the attack and make them regroup so you can regroup.
Scott throwing a dangerous one up high in the defensive zone there, but they'll get away with it. Now the Wings. Bank pass ahead here looking for O'Brien. O'Brien shooting. Nice shot block there by Shuck. And a second try, and Freeman will come over to make the catch. They've done a pretty good job of not, having her have any real tough tests so far here in the third. But I say so far, we still got a little over 4 minutes to go.
Well, you can tell the Wings ain't giving up. They're getting some shots on goal here. Again, it's controlling how far out they are and how much Freeman can see it before it gets to her.
Off the draw, Malone had it briefly for the Wings. Now it flutters to the line. They are able to keep it in, but it pops into the Champlin Park bench. And we'll have a face-off in the Rebel zone here. Halverson and Wood will draw again.
I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of this line here in the last 4 minutes of the game here for the Armstrong Cooper Hawks.
Wings.
Did I say? I said Hawks, didn't I? I doggone it.
I'm just getting to the point where I'm pretty used to it. Turnaround try here, and that one deflects out front as a couple of players go down.
I'm just going to say that those Falcons are starting to put some pressure on. They got it equal now.
Here's Halverson trying to play the pass in front, broken up. And now gets it right back and fires, and Freeman the save. Did not have it covered like she thought, and Freeman scrambling. Battle for it in the corner, and the Wings will come out of there with it. Shot is blocked. Here's Hansen sending it down low, and a quick one-time try there by Malone. Rebels desperately wanting to clear, but they cannot do it. Reeve putting it off the side of the net. Big shift here for Armstrong Cooper as they try and push for the tying goal. Colford and Reeve racing for it. And now here's Halverson. Down low with it. They just cannot get possession to get it clear. They won't even care if they ice it here. Hansen sending it down to the corner. Here's Wood. Chopped away from her. Hyde sending it back out to Hansen. Across to Reeve. That one is blocked, and finally Colford able to get it clear, and they want to change everyone up here. Sent in by the wings.
Nice block by Wood there, the captain doing her job. Nice play there, which could have been a tricky shot for the Champlin Park Rebels.
Now Stoll up with it and misfired from Martinson there, and then it takes a bounce right in at Freeman. Oh, and coming hard to the net. This will be an interesting call as Price was knocked down, but from my eyes, the D are just holding their ground there.
Yeah, Price came in full bore. That should not be a penalty. They're not going to let her walk in on the goalie coming in full bore.
Looks as though it is indeed going to be a penalty on Lisney, though, for a check.
Wow.
Not saying I agree with that one.
Yeah, especially after the whatever. Okay. If nothing else, maybe just put both of them in the box. You know, I think that would have been an even play right there. No question, Lisney knocked her down, but still.
Were they expecting she's supposed to get out of the way? Is that the plan there? Or? So we'll get a timeout taken here. You see Freeman covering the puck up. You give credit to Price for going to the net, and she did get knocked down hard. There's no doubt about that.
Well, the question is when the whistle went off. I mean, for tripping. Okay, well, all right, now they got to regroup. Champlin's got to regroup now. They haven't had the best penalty kill so far this year. They were only working at about 64%. You want to see it at about 80%. But defensively, they played pretty well in this game, Jay, and I thought they've done better. Now it's going to take a whole lot of communication and to work this and keep that puck out of the zone. They're going to be on the penalty kill for the rest of the period. Now we'll see if that power play can work for Armstrong Cooper, the wings. I thought, especially earlier in the game, they worked it really well. They had control. They worked it well. They haven't been quite as effective here during the rest of the game, but critical moment now for both teams here. One working with their strength, power play, one working with something that needs to be worked on, their penalty kill. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if this young lady here, the little freshman, how she can step up in a critical moment here at the end of the game. Now, I like the fact they're out there first. They're ready to go. Okay, we got Hansen, Halverson. Yep.
Got their top unit out there, and they win the draw right back to Reeve. Sends it across.
Oh.
And here's a backhander swept wide. Halverson controlling it here for the wings. Back out to Hansen at the point. She'll swing it across to Reeve. Reeve shooting. That one goes all the way through. Halverson had it briefly, lost it, but a nice job to keep it in there by Hansen. Way across it comes Halverson. Spinning out of there. Wants to line it up for that shot up high, short side, as Coach Gray told us. Now gets it right back. Here's her shot. And deflects into the corner. Right back over to Halverson. Trying to bring it into the circle there and kicked loose. Burrell lost her stick. and isn't sure where it went either. So they're already shorthanded player now. Burrell finally gets it as it wound up way in the corner. They're Hansen up with it for the Wings. And that goes wide. Under a minute to play in the hockey game. Armstrong Cooper on the power play pressing for a chance. Their net is empty as well. And it's going to hop over Hansen, sticking out. 40 seconds. Looks like Totino Grace is going to win on this South rink. They're leading 5-1 late. Opportunity now. Reeves shooting and a block by Wood, but it comes right back to the Wings. 25 seconds to go, and they had everybody down deep. Hansen hustled to keep it in, but not for long. And here's Martinson. Breakaway, short-handed for her 4th goal of the night.
Bravo. Bravo for the Rebels. That was critical, right? That might go down as the moment here in this season where they turn things around. They did a nice job. Nothing really, the Wings never really got a clean one here, Jay. They really never did. And they played Rebels did a nice job of killing that penalty. And finally Martinson gets out that door, as I know Coach Goldis wanted to get her out there. And boy, did she make them pay.
Give Wood credit there for picking off that pass too, and then just springing her, didn't panic, put it on her stick, and it was easy from there.
Well, Martinson's had quite a night tonight. She scored all the Rebel goals. Everybody else got to be practiced tomorrow. She doesn't have to go. She's going to take the night off. Day off tomorrow.
Wings bringing it back in here. And the buzzer will sound to end this one. So Champlin Park hanging on to get the victory, the defending champ in this tournament. And it was not easy down the stretch here, fighting off a 6-on-4 with the Wings having their goalie pulled in and a power play. But they get the shorthanded goal as Martinson nets all 4 of the goals tonight. Freeman stands up nicely in goal, and a overall solid performance for the Rebels.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you got Martinson, a veteran and an experienced person. You got the little freshman stepping in there playing goalie, and a good look at the age of experience, but both work together really well to get the Rebels a pretty key victory. Armstrong Cooper Wings, gritty performance. I thought they really got hit in the mush a few times and really came back and fought back and did a nice job. Changed momentum a number of times, and here at the end of the game, they were pressing. I mean, you know, with that one play to Martinson, that was big, but it could have been a tie game too. It was still in doubt with, you know, less than a minute to go. So good game by both teams.
So Champlin Park wins it 4-2 to move into the final. We'll hear from the Rebels in just a moment with John Jacobson.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
An eating disorder feels like having another person inside your head. It kind of built this wall around me.
The main thing that we needed was hope.
Your age, your gender, your ethnicity. Eating disorders don't discriminate. They can strike anyone. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
And welcome back here to New Hope Arena, and happy holidays from all of us at 12 Sports. Armstrong Cooper loses their opener to Champlin Park here 4-2 in the Armstrong Cooper Holiday Classic. Let's go down rinkside now to John Jacobson.
Thanks, Jay. I'm with Emily Stoll and Kaylee Martinson. Kaylee, first of all, congratulations. 4 goals. Talk about your night.
Well, I didn't expect it at all, actually, but we played really good as a team, and we all stepped it up towards the second, and we played good in the third, so.
I thought your team play overall was good, as you mentioned. How important is that going forward to get all parts of the game working and get more wins in the second part of the season?
For the season or for this tournament?
For the whole season. I mean, keep playing the team play that I think you guys showed tonight.
Yeah, we have been playing really good lately. We were kind of losing a lot of games in the beginning, but we stepped it up as a team and we started working really good together. So we kind of got it figured out now.
This was a conference game tonight. How important was this for you girls to win this one?
Well, it actually was really important to us because, like I said, we've been losing games, and I think we beat this team last year in this tournament, so it's really good for us. So.
You played Tino Grace tomorrow night in the championship, and you faced them already this season. What do you expect from the Eagles?
Well, we did win only by 1 point last time we beat them, so we're expecting to win by more points because we shouldn't have lost. I mean, we shouldn't have won by just 1 point, so hoping to get a bigger win than last time.
Kaylee, I know you love the post-game interviews. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Emily Stoll, and again, a team effort tonight at all facets of the game. And talk about your team's overall play tonight for 3 periods.
We came out strong, got it down deep. We were playing our game, getting it to the net and stuff, getting the backside goals. And then second period, we gave up a little bit, but third period we came back and got the goal.
That third period was strong. What did the coaches talk to you guys about after the second?
Getting it deep and just always having to go high just in case. Just getting shots on net because the goalie, she was going down low. So.
As a team, you've had some success in this tournament over the last few years. How much do you girls enjoy coming over here and playing at New Hope?
We enjoy it a lot. I mean, tournaments are a different play for us. We always do pretty good. We always want to get the trophy in the end.
You have a back-to-back night now, so you have to come back and play, which is unusual. You don't have that during the regular season. How do you get that energy and up and ready to play again in less than 24 hours?
We all going to get up, have a nice good breakfast, and then just have a good warm-up tomorrow, and yeah.
As Kaylee mentioned, a close game against Tino Grace, first time you played them. What do you expect from the Eagles tomorrow night in the championship?
I expect them to come out hungry and try to beat us, but we're going to come out even harder because we only won by 1 point, but we can beat them by more.
Emily, congratulations. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Emily Stoll, Kaylee Martinson, and again, they win tonight, 4-2 over Armstrong Cooper. They move into that championship game Wednesday night. Jay and Dan, back up to you.
Thanks very much, John, and congratulations to the Rebels. So again, we will have that championship game for you, Champlin Park to Tino Grace, coming up on Wednesday night, and definitely some things to carry forward for the Rebels in this performance here tonight, Dan.
Well, I want to put some consistency together, get another straight performance. If it is, okay, they got to beat them by more points. All right, let's see. Do you have the confidence to do it? I think you do, but you got to go out there and prove it. So it's another stepping stone for them tomorrow night, especially coming back on a 24-hour deal like this, getting a good win, see if we can put a second one together. So it should be an interesting night for the Rebels tomorrow night.
All right, thanks so much for joining us here tonight. And again, watch for live coverage Wednesday night, the 23rd, the championship between Tino Grace and Champlin Park. For Dan Ficken and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Champlin Park 4, Armstrong Cooper 2, our final score here tonight.